Good evening. My name is Malik Thomas Keith Watkins. This is my Java final project. Uh, Today we are going to be using music in Java, using Java FX. And so, first thing first is I just want to quickly say that all the code shown below is going to require import statements. So first off, to make it easier, I'm just going to go ahead and show all of the import statements at the top of my program. And then in a few seconds, I will scroll down to the bottom to get to the main part of the program. So after we have implemented our stage into our Java program, or our media player, I should say, into Java program, we need to have a title for that media player. That media player title is going to be titled stage. You're going to put stage and stage dot set title, and then you're going to put whatever the title name is. Afterwards, you're going to do what they call a stack pane. Stack pane is going to just be an area of the stage that we're going to be using to store different objects, such as the buttons and the songs that's going to be inside the program. So after we do that, we use the we use the vert box or V box, and this is going to create a vertical box in the program. The virtual box is called a vert. Is the variable I gave for virtual boxing. The next one I have below is a H boxing. That's going to put everything in horizontally. Uh, First thing first, before you can create anything with songs, is you first have to obviously download the songs. So you can simply just go into the internet, and you can go into YouTube and type any song in YouTube that you want. You go into another tab, and you didn't type in YouTube to MP3 conversion, because everything on Java FX has to be in an MP3 conversion style format. I should be able to show it here in a second. Let's see here. So, as you can see, I have some new tabs opened up. So I'm just going to type in YouTube first. And okay, and now we're going to type in a song. Let's just take one for an example. Let's see. This is something. What was this one about? Okay, yeah. So I can just take this one as an example and just put this on mute. I don't want to get the audio messed up. So I would go here. This is just a template of a song. This is not the actual song, one of the songs that I chose. This is just a template that you can use. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to go up here, and you're going to copy this link like so. And then you can go into another tab over here, and you can do YouTube. And let's see, go here to MP3 program. And actually, I already have one pulled up that I use. It's right over here in this part. It's somewhere. Let's see here. Let me. What did I do with that program? One second, people. There's a technical glitch. Trying to see where I put that part of Oh, I don't have it. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah. So anyway, there's a YouTube free conversion that you can use, and this is just one of the things you use for into YouTube conversion. You can download this on your computer, and then you can just co- um, copy and paste the YouTube link into the program, and it'll do the rest for you. So after you have implemented these songs, after you downloaded them onto your computer, the next thing you want to do is that you want to view the songs. So you're going to do song listing equals to new view, and that's going to view the songs that you created them. Afterwards, you're going to then put a song list, and you're going to put the title of the song in first. This is the name of one of the songs that I chosen. And then this part is going to tell you, whoops, let me get that off. This part right here is going to tell you exactly where you want it to be put into the where exactly the song is going to be located in your media file. One thing I forgot to mention is you have to use this right here, this root get children add to VirtualBox. This is going to take all the songs and it's going to put it vertically in the media box for you. So you back down to here, you put the file song, and you put the file, the name and location. Again, it's always 0 to 9, not going to be 0 to 10. Even though the project said 10 songs, it's going to be 0 to 9. Next, you put the location of where the song is going to be located in. And then after you do that, you just simply put the extension, and that follows the rest of the process for all the songs that follow. Coming down to the next part of the program, now you gotta have the buttons that actually do something. So first thing you have to do is you have to create a button, and I gave it a variable name such as BTN play, and you're gonna set that equal to a new button. So this is gonna create a button for you in Java FX. And now the button's not gonna do anything unless you do some of the following code down below. So first, this image file image play I should say is the variable name. This is just taking the location of where I put my image for the button. This is just the same thing as above for the songs. You're just importing the image of the button into the song. So that's all of what this program right here is for. Next, you're going to do a image view equals the VW play equals to new image view image play. What this is going to do is that now this is going to make you to see your actual buttons in the song itself. And afterwards, you can play around with the width, such as the graphics, and you can play around with the height to get the button to make sure that the button is not too big and not too small. Preserve ratio is something you really don't have to worry about too much, but it's just basically what this does is that it says, hey, you got a button, and okay, so you got all this stuff with the button, and you want to do these different things such as the height, width, and so forth. And so what this does is that you always set it to true, because what this is going to do is that it's going to keep the implementations that you made or the changes to the button you made, so that way the size fits in your program. And so now that you create your button and you played around with the width, you're gonna have to use what they call a. So right now the button still will not do anything. You have to tell it to do something. So this is where the BTN play set on action play command comes into play. What this is gonna do is that set on action is going to now tell the button to do something, and this is the command that's gonna do. It's gonna be action play. The action play is not going to get the button to do anything, because whenever you use a set on action command, you have to use a event handler command, and every single event handler command has a handle exception. So what you gotta do is that you use event handler action event. Action play is the variable name I gave for it, and we're going to use new, and we're going to say new event to action handler. And then we go down to the handle here, and what this does is that it tells the button that you want it to play. So now it's going to actually play the button when you click it, rather than just not doing something. And that is the same for all the process down below, with a few exceptions. You have the this one is the pause button. So again, this part of the code is the same thing as it explained above in the play program. So the new part I want to mention down here is this part. This is if player is equal to null, meaning in other words, if the player chose a song. If the player did not choose a song, it's going to go to the else statement, and this else statement is going to say player.pause. It's going to pause the song if a song was not already selected. So if a song is selected, it's going to go down here, and it's going to go to this next part. So it said if the player that gets status is equal to the media player status.pause. What this is going to do is that now you're telling the program that once they have selected a song, and what this is going to do is they say, okay, so now I see the status of the song and I see the media player of the song, and so now what this is going to do is say, okay, so now a song is selected. So now I'm going to resume where the song last left off at is what this part of the program is getting at. Is basically just telling the program in a nutshell that I paused the song and I want to replay the song, but I don't want to start from the beginning. So this is going to just start at a specific point. Scrolling on down to the following code below. Again, this part is pretty much the same thing as above. This is going to tell the button to stop this time. So instead of hitting the pause button, now we get the stop button to stop the song. And let's see, go down here. We got the fast forward button. Again, same thing as above. The one thing change I want to make here is you can ignore this. This is commented out. This was a change I made. So with the fast forward button, you want the fast forward button to play another part of that song without skipping that song. Without if you have a song selected and you hit fast forward, you don't want it to go to the next song. You want it to go stay in that song, but just go to a different part. So this part is what this part comes into play. So we say duration time is equal to player dot get current time. What this is going to do is that it's telling the program, okay, I selected the song and I got the current time of the program. So now we got to tell the duration what to do. So the duration says duration t is equal to new duration. This is 10,000 milliseconds. Don't get this confused with seconds. This is milliseconds. And so what this is going to do is that it's going to then take the duration. This is the second part of the code where my cursor is at. This is going to take the duration of the song that you have. It's gonna in this case it was time was the variable name I gave for it, and I'm adding it to t, which is the duration time, and then that's where the player's seek time comes in because now so now this right here also tells the program on top of getting the current time of the song. I want you to actually seek out or go to that, make sure you're in that particular part of that song where it's at. So after you do that, you go over here and you add the two together, and it'll fast forward to the next part of the song for you without skipping that song and staying in that song. The same thing is for the rewind button below, same program as above. We got the, if I scroll down here, we got the set on action one again. Again, you got the event handler. This is commented out. You can ignore that. And again, just like above, we're going to have to, this is the rewind button. So again, when you hit rewind, you don't want it to go to that previous song that you played. That you want it to go back to, that you want to stay in that song, but just go back a little bit in time. So we use duration time is equal to player dot get current time again. And again, we set the duration. This time we're setting it backwards, so that's why there's a negative right here. If I can zoom in a little bit. That's why there's a negative 10,000 milliseconds. We're going to go backwards in the song. And so then now we do time equals the same thing above. We're going to add the two together. And again, we got the seek time in there. And that's pretty much the code in a nutshell. And then this right here is just telling that, okay, this is just saying we got a virtual box that we call from above in the program, and it's just going to now take all these buttons and it's going to put them horizontally instead of vertically. So when I actually run the code of the program, again, this is the title at the top that was stated previously. This is the songs. It put them vertically as I wanted them. And let's see here. So we can go over here and we can click on a song. If I hit play, it should play the song. Take this off of mute now. So again, the song is being played. Turn this down a little bit, make sure. Probably right about there should be good. So again, now that we got that, I want to pause the song. So it paused the song, and now when I hit the pause button again, it's going to continue going from that same point and not start again. So I'm going to hit pause again. And I'm going to tell it to now let it play a little bit, and then I'll give the stopping. So it's stopping, and hit the play again. And so now it's going to start from the beginning. So now I can use the fast forward button, and now I'm going to fast forward some parts of the song. Ready to rewind them, and now it goes back and it should play that next tune. Yep, then it plays that same tune all over again. So pause it. So this is a Java media player. This is how I created my songs using Java FX. And thank you.